At home, President Matamela Ramaphosa is urging politicians to adhere to COVID-19 protocols as they gear up for the upcoming local government elections, 1st of November. That's when South Africans will be going to the polls. The Independent Electoral Commission says despite its push for a postponement due to COVID-19 concerns, it is ready, though, for people to cast their ballots. Let's get a bit of analysis here on how political parties' campaigns is going to be managed. We're joined by political analyst Thamsanqa Malinga. Thamsanqa, good afternoon. Welcome to the Media View. I guess one would say the road is now open, so to speak, though we are still in the pandemic, but it's been dropped to level 2. The restrictions have been relaxed a little bit. Indoor activities can take up to 250 people, outdoor 500 people. I'm sure some political parties might have wished for more, to have more people. I wonder how they're going to manage this.
Yeah, it's an interesting case, Mr. Moyane. I mean, the last time South Africa had to face a decision like this, I think it was when we were getting ready for our first democratic elections. Remember, there were violence and there was the issue of, do we go to the polls, do we not go to the polls, are people safe, are people not safe? Now we are faced with this issue again, close to 3 decades later. And the country now is faced with this pandemic, and it's an issue of are parties ready? Are parties going to manage the issue of 500 people outside, 250 people inside? And for me, this is a litmus test for all political parties in this instance to say, the issue of elections, is it for their own benefit, or are they really concerned about the electorate as such? How are they going to manage that? How are they going to make sure that they work with other officials, the law enforcement agencies, they work with IEC, they work with the healthcare sector to ensure that those who are coming into their rallies are properly assisted in terms of sanitizing, in terms of having masks, in terms of being made sure to observe protocols of social distancing, which it's kind of gonna be difficult if you look at the couple of rallies that, for example, the EFF has had. I mean, they defied the level 3 lockdown and went ahead with a Freedom Day rally. And recently, they just as couple, was it this past Sunday or the other Sunday, they launched their manifesto at Gandhi Square. Fortunately, that was an open area. But then it gives us that perspective to say the parties must now show, is this for their own benefit because they really want to win seats, or are they concerned about the electorate? And how are they going to manage, if they are concerned about the electorate, how are they going to manage that in terms of making sure that people are safe within the spaces?
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough one because from a law enforcement side, it's difficult. There's going to be all kinds of meetings and rallies, campaigning here and there. I guess you're making the point that ultimately the accountability for the safety of the electorate would lie in the hands of each and every political party.
Most definitely. That's the point that I'm making, that the safety and the well-being of those who are going to attend lies within the political party. But not only the political party itself, the IEC as well. How is the IEC going to make sure that it helps political parties to campaign within the regulations that have been put up by the healthcare sector and within the election guidelines? So it's now an issue of there's got to be a working relationship between the IEC, between the political parties, and roping in the healthcare sector. The IEC, I'm mentioning them specifically because now they fund political parties to a large extent. So now they've got to make sure, if, for example, one party says, we are prepared to accommodate 250, but we will need to have more rallies, and more rallies for us means a huge budget. Where is that money going to come from? Is the IEC going to say, okay, fine, we are prepared to actually assist you in that regard? Or is the IEC going to say, no, but you've got your own funders, you must go ahead and take care of that? But again, both of the parties, in terms of the IEC and the political parties, they need again to say, how do we bring in the healthcare sector? They need to say, how do we drive the message of vaccination for those of our members who are willing to go through that? You know, so this presents a very good opportunity.
Thank you very much, Thamsanqa Malinga, for some of your insights this hour as we look ahead to the 1st November local government elections.